Hello everyone, in this video I will show you how to create a table and how to insert a data into the tables. Now to understand the table, let me open the Excel file. So in the Excel we have a sheet. Similarly in the database we have a tables. So tables are an object of a database that contain a data. Now in the Excel sheet we store a data in a row and column format. Similarly the tables are a collection of rows and columns. In Excel you can create a multiple sheet. Similarly in the database you can create a multiple tables, and the size of the tables limit by the storage available in your hard disk. So without wasting a time, let me open the SQL Server Management Studio and we will create a tables. So there are two approaches to create a table. Either you can create a table using a GUI or SQL Server script. I will show you both approaches. Now in this Excel file we have 4 columns: employee ID, first name, middle name and last name, and we are going to create a similar table in a SQL Server. So let's get started. Open the SQL Server Management Studio and let me first create a database. Okay, so my database created. Let me refresh the database folder. Okay, great. Now go to the first DB and go to the tables folder. Right click and new and table. Now here we have to define the column names. Now my column names are employee ID, first name, middle name and last name. So first employee ID. Now here the data types. So let's quickly understand what is data types. Let me open the website. And the data types is an attribute that specify the types of data that object can hold. It means that it just gives the information what kind of data are stored in the particular column. Mostly we are storing 4 types of data: string data, image data, datetime data, numeric data and integer data. So now let me open the Excel file. Here you can see in Excel also we have a data type. So let's say from the employee ID is a numeric. If you go with the first name is a text. Okay. Similarly in the SQL Server we have to define the data types. So for example employee ID, it's a numeric value, so we have to go with integer. Okay. Now first name, it's our string value. Okay. So in the SQL Server we have a character string value. There you have this much option: char, varchar and text. Similarly if you want to store a Unicode string value, okay, which support a Unicode data, then nchar, nvarchar and ntext. Now if your application support a multi-language or your application contain a Unicode data, then you should always go with the data type support a Unicode value. For example nchar, ntext and nvarchar. So here I will go with the varchar data type. So varchar 50. Similarly last name varchar 50 and middle name varchar 50. Okay, and here you have an option. So either you want to allow a null value or not. Okay, so now employee ID must be there in the table. First name is also required in the data. Last name is also required, and in the middle name I will allow a null, means you can insert a null value in the middle name. Okay, now let's click a save button and give the table name. So here I am going to give my table name is, let's quickly refresh the database folder. Now my employee table is created. Let's run. So right now there is no data in the table. Now let's create a similar table using the SQL Server script. Open the new query window, and SQL Server command is very easy to create a table. So create table, table name, and give the same column. So employee ID integer. So my data type is integer and not null. Okay. Similarly, first name varchar 50 and not null. Name varchar 50 not null, and middle name varchar 50 allow a null. So here you can create a table using the SQL script. Let's quickly execute the command and refresh the database table folder. So now my employee underscore SQL table got created, and I have created this table using the SQL command. Let's run this table. So now there is no data because we have just now created. So till now I show you how to create data using a GUI and SQL command. Now let's say you want to insert a data into the table. Let me first close all the query window. Now to insert a data into the table, there are two options. Either you go with the interface or you can go with the SQL command. Let's first go with the interface. Right click on a table and edit top 200 row. And you can start inserting the data like Excel. Let me open the Excel file. Or you can directly copy a data from Excel and insert it. Let me remove this. Okay, so it's similar to Excel, but in the real-time scenario, you have to always insert a data through SQL command. And let's say you are new in the SQL server and you don't know the syntax of insert, then you have to just select the table, go to this menu script table as, and go to the insert into and click a new query window. So now it will create a insert statement for you. Okay, so let's do it. So first employee ID, so 1, then the first name is, let me copy this first line. So first name is Ken, this is my last name, and this is my middle name. So now you can insert a data using SQL command. So let's quickly execute. Let's quickly execute and run this. Boom. Now the data is inserted. Okay. So there are multiple ways to insert a data. I will show you all the method here. Now the second method is the first method. I want to insert a multiple rows in a table. So for that we have to write a SQL command, and the SQL command is insert into schema name dot employee. So what is my table name? Employee SQL, and then you have to type all the column names. Okay, here I will show you a shortcut to type a column name. Go to the column folder and just drag it. Okay, so you will get all the columns name and values. So you have to pass the value in a single quote. Now I want to insert a multiple values. Just add a comma and let me copy, because I want to insert a 4 rows. That's why I have copied 4 times, and just give a name. Just replace a string. Okay, so let's select this command and execute it. So 4 rows affected. Let's quickly check. So now we have a 5 records. So this is the second method to insert a multiple rows in a SQL Server table. Now the third way. Now again I want to insert a multiple rows. So let me copy this insert statement. And here you can also insert a data using select statement also. So select. So let me first show you the single record. So now this is our select statement. Let me run it. Okay, now I want to insert this data. Let's select the command and execute. 1 row affected. Let's quickly check. Now this data is available in the table. Okay, similarly, let's say you want to insert a data, multiple data using a select statement. And here you can add a union operator. So now the union operator is combine all the result. So let's quickly check. Okay, let me remove this record because it's already there. Yeah. So let's quickly check. 789. So union operator is just combine the records. I will in the future video I will explain union in a very detail. So let's run it. So 3 rows is inserted. Let's quickly check. Right now the rows are 6. Let me run. Now rows are 9. 789 is inserted. Now I'm showing the 5th way to insert a data. Let's say now I have a 2 table, employee SQL and employee GUI. Okay, now I want to copy all the data from employee SQL and insert into the employee GUI table. It means that I want to insert a data in employee GUI and the records are available in the second table, employee SQL. So let's quickly do it. Insert into, give the table name, and here select star from the other table. Okay, so let's quickly check. In the right now in the employee GUI I have only 3 rows. Okay, and in the employee SQL I am having a 9 rows. Let me select the command and execute it. Now 9 row is inserted. Let's quickly check in an employee GUI table. So here you can see the 9 row is inserted from employee SQL table. Okay, so these are the 5th way to insert a data in a table. So the first method is insert into the values. The second method is you have to insert a multiple data in a table. Now add a multiple data in a table. You have to just add a comma operator. The third is using the select statement you can insert the value. The fourth is using the union operator you can insert the value. And the fifth is copy a data from one table to another table. So I hope you like this video. See you in the next video.